Looking to throw again on second down. Mills. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Mills now looks to throw on first down. Complete. It's Johnson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up second down. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence. It allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down. And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So first and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 19-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Throwing on second and 3. Wilson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Wilson. And going for Henry, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Jimmy Moreland. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3 and out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. He's got room past the 30. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. On 1st down, Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Off the edge, Jerry Hughes gets the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. On play action, Mills. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Play action now, Mills. He'll buy some time right. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, young quarterback Charles rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
19.
On the counter, here's Williams. And he'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. Desmond King back deep. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Trucks over him. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw, Mills. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnson. On 1st and 10, Mills steps away. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now 2nd down. Mills to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Again, it's Mills. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 26. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second and 5 now. Mills. The pass finds Mechie in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. John Mechie. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson under pressure, and they got to him again. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now Wilson back into his end zone. This goes to the tight end, Eric Saubert. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there, and it's now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Bengals. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Mills on 1st down. We'll keep you updated on that one as it into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain, and the Broncos are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the draw, here's Williams. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Wilson. Albert Okwuegbunam, the intended target. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 here. You know, if they can just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. That'll be complete to Tyreek Cleveland.
And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Tyreek Cleveland,
his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Broncos get a late score here, the final minute of the first half.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Titus Howard, right tackle, the man flagged for that one. Looking to throw is Mills.
Over the middle, complete. That's Howard. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Texans. O.J. Howard, his second touchdown on the season.
And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in.
And this is going to be intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Play action. It's Wilson. He's got a man complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Texans are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Mills now.
That'll be caught. It's the tight end Howard.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. At their own 19-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They go play action with Wilson. And quickly, he just gets that ball out of there. Not quite sure what he was doing, and here comes the flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally. That's good for the Denver Broncos. First and 10 at the 18-yard line. 14. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
That's complete right around the 8.
And the Broncos are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively. They're on first down, holding them to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Here's Wilson. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Now Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
A nightmare on third and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
Third and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Fourth down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal.
Right hash, 37-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good, and that will cut the lead down to 13. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action in Denver. On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for third down.
Playing pass all the way.
Here's Mills.
He gets it to Cooks.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
And Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time. And the Broncos will take over possession here up at the 44. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw there, complete to Hamler.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Throwing is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Steven Nelson. And the Texans are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Option play, and it's a handoff to Pierce. Finding room at midfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That good for 22 and a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Texans first down.
A first down throw for Mills. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. Mills now looks to throw on first down. This is caught. Touchdown. Dameon Pierce with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Texans will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Mills going to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
Broncos 10.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This is fielded at the 27. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Josie Jewell. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Well, still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
That's good for the Denver Broncos. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now Wilson. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Broncos. Albert O from 6 yards away. And the Broncos have got it back
to a two-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped. Yeah, if you kept them out the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try.
That's caught at the 25.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
And the final number on that throw, boy, it traveled an even 69 yards.
The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Now Mills. Swings this one out wide for Pierce.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Working out of the gun, Mills.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game. And that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
Wilson's throw taken in here by Patrick.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On first down, Wilson.
He's got the connection downfield to Hamler.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Steps away to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson. got a man wide open, complete.
And the Broncos are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
They'll run it with Williams. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Give left side for Pierce.
And just a yard on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 4. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Here's Mills.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Pierce.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a 1st down.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Well, without question, when you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be